All right, fine.
Shouldn't
All
we have
right.
the underground map up? If we load it, will it like freak out?
Chill out.
Oh, we're about to find out.
Okay.
I've been starting us back at this kind of like main screen each time, and I update the current quest to remind you guys what the hell you guys are doing.
For
Sure.
all the listeners
So-
out there too, right?
Yep.
Gotta keep people figured out where we're
Yeah,
at. in our
there's
You guys
episode.
one-
straight your fucking characters out. It's driving
What's
me.
that?
This was supposed to be like we would add, like you could pull your character from the slot and then play with them, and nobody else moved their character. So I think it's your problem, not mine.
Speaking of moving characters, I
We-
should probably make sure I can do that. Oh, good.
Yeah,
Feel
it's
like I'm
there.
ready to listen to you.
All right, good. I'm glad. So, you guys, 2 weeks ago now, you guys found your way into Tourmaline, and kind of headed straight towards the main bar, restaurant there, tavern, the Blue Clam. Ate some delicious knucklehead trout for dinner, and headed over to the East Side Inn for the evening, where you guys had met up with Marta. While at the Blue, as you guys kind of came upon the Blue Clam, though, you guys were asked by Oris Masu if you guys were in town to kind of help out with the Tourmaline mine. And it appears as if the mine had been taken over and by a bunch of kobolds, and the speaker had asked you guys to help take care of them. You guys agreed. The following morning, you guys met up with the speaker. He took you guys out to the mine and kind of said, "Best of luck. I appreciate all that you're doing for us." When you guys got to the mine, you guys saw a elaborate calligraphy sign that basically said "Kobolds only," written in common, which is kind of an odd thing. As you guys made it through as you guys kind of worked your way into the mines, you guys fought off a horde of diseased rats, in which Monty got bit by one and is currently feeling a little bit woozy.
I'm fine, guys. I'm fine.
Uh,
I'm fine.
Yeah, it's kind of
Teeth are
continued
getting a
on
little longer.
down, and you guys took the bucket lift down to the second level of the mine and explored a little bit further, and I found a large hole kind of in the upper part of the cavern ceiling. You guys explored it a little bit without going too far into it. Didn't see anything in the immediateness, and kind of turned around and headed back the other way, being careful to avoid the edge of the seemingly bottomless pit in the center of this mine, where you guys found two kobolds kind of sitting down and eating lunch. And as you guys were kind of beginning to figure out what to do, all of a sudden, when you turned around, Nicola was picked up by this gigantic Grick that basically had kind of stalked you guys from what you assume is the back portion of the tunnel that you guys had explored previously. Nicola took a number of hits real quick, going down relatively quickly, but you guys were able to stabilize him and eventually take care of the Grick. After having a brief conversation after reviving Nicola and Tehran, I believe, you guys had a conversation with the kobold who was still there near you about what was going on. Tehran pissed that he thought that they tried to set you guys up, but the kobold basically said that they knew nothing. They were told to stay away from that side of the cavern. So, and that's where you guys find you, is in the mines, talking to a kobold.
So he didn't run off. I thought that was where we ended.
One of the kobolds ran off further into the mines.
Yeah, but he was told to tell them that we were coming.
Yes.
Yeah, Tehran. Yeah,
So
Well,
we are coming.
we move on.
There's nothing. There's nothing in this back corner over here.
Not that I'm aware of. I thought we searched it.
I don't know
I
if
don't know.
we did.
Have we searched things?
Not really.
No, we haven't
search
done
things.
anything yet. Yeah.
Let's search the room.
as you look about this room, I mean, there's a small table where the two kobolds were poking a giant rat with their javelins. Dead on the table, and that's about all that's kind of in this area here.
All right.
Did the
rat.
kobold take off as we fought the Grick or no?
No, he left
No.
before the Rick.
Pissed himself and then.
And then we have one that's waiting for us.
Yeah, he's gonna show us down to the boss
Yep.
guy, presumably.
Oh, that's the guy that pissed itself. Yeah.
Doesn't Tehran eat these things?
Is there a dead
enough meat
guy
on 'em.
around me?
Dead Grick, isn't it?
Dead Craig.
I don't know. I wouldn't eat that.
He's picky.
I'm not sure if a monstrosity like this has a soul, so it's not worth my time.
Looks too much like a plant.
Yeah,
I bet it tastes like chicken.
you're welcome to bite it.
Bati, bite it.
I want to bite it. I think it doesn't that thing like melt you or no, that was the stuff on the ship. Nah, I'm not gonna bite it.
Chicken.
Yeah, yep. That's what it tastes like. You're welcome to go try it out. I'm convinced it tastes like that. I don't need to bite it to prove it to myself. I already believe.
I'm full. I ate the rest of Tehran's egg after breakfast this morning.
There was quite a lot left over, so
There was.
All right,
Grick,
so,
right?
Grek.
Grick.
Was one of the kobolds named Grick?
Greg.
that's
I hate
just
this. I hate
confusing.
this. I hate it.
Every other character for the rest of this dungeon is gonna start with a GR.
But
You can go,
Tehran,
you
who's
can go
on,
suck an egg.
Tehran, who's on first though?
Greg.
Anyway, Grick, we are ready to go see Trex, right?
You don't. He doesn't quite understand what you're saying, but he says Trex and kind of nods his
No.
head.
He
No, I
plays.
speak in Draconian,
he speaks
remember?
Draconic.
Oh, you speak Draconic. Okay, I thought it, for some reason
Him
I
and
thought it
I
was.
do.
Okay.
No, him and
Nope,
I do.
it's me.
I do
Okay.
as well.
Okay.
I
am-
don't.
So
Not at the
then
moment.
he says, "Yes, we go see Trex," and
All
he
right.
starts kind of leading the way. And you guys kind of come up to a tunnel, kind of sloping downward into the kind of around the outside of the shaft. And I will move everybody.
Look where I am.
Oh, I would stop that.
Stop that.
You gonna die.
Oh,
Don't look down.
Ah.
I'm not even touching my character. I'm not even selecting it.
What did we watch we watched
right.
Willow the other day, and they had 2 Wilhelm screams in it.
Oh yeah.
oh really?
Well, it was
Yeah.
a Lucas production.
Yeah, I'm just saying it was funny to see.
I was a big fan.
Yes, I
Uh,
do love that. Ah!
Does this look safe to traverse?
I have not seen the door open yet.
You moved us. I don't think we've put room for everyone on this side yet.
Oh yeah, yes, he didn't move me yet.
I'll put my foot on the edge of this construction here and kind of give it a couple shoves. Does it seem like it will hold us?
I will tell you all about if it will hold you in just a second.
Oh, okay.
Give it a minute.
Hey, who's still got spider climb? Does anybody?
I do. I still have
No,
my
didn't
staff.
you gave it to Captain Turtle, didn't you?
Yeah, but I dropped it when we started combat. I can give it
Oh,
to
that's
anybody.
right. Okay. Yeah, how many times a day though?
I have 10 charges.
And it
Jeez.
casts 2. Is it 2 to cast Spider Climb or?
1 because web is 2.
Ah,
Wow.
that
What's the
sounds
range
ridiculous,
on
and
that?
I love it. It's
Web
touch,
is
I think.
60.
No.
No, Spider
Climb.
Climb.
Oh, I have
It's
to touch
I
you.
think.
Okay.
Okay. So as the tunnel downward slope ends, it opens into the center shaft again. A wooden walkway extends from this opening and then runs westward to another tunnel into the rock. In front of you, a large bucket, like the one you saw earlier, dangles from a taut rope that stretches southward across the shaft and is connected to another wooden platform 15 feet across.
Oh man.
Okay.
Across here?
So wait, it goes like across. Like.
This
Oh
one.
yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm not far enough in to see the rope. Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
Yeah,
And
but
they.
what's to the right of us here?
Greg does not make any indication to kind of go across the rope, but continues along the platform. And you guys see the other kobold kind of talking to a seemingly a kobold that has almost a pair of wooden hang on, let me see if I can find the picture real quick. Let's go. Hang on. You guys see a kobold that looks like this. Yep. He looks pretty cool, so I wanna.
Look
I
at
think
that,
it's pulled
you're,
up on your
conceding and
screen.
just saying, well, he looks cool.
Okay.
And then you're gonna move on.
I can and I will do that.
The best sort of descriptor, right? It leaves it
Right.
completely open to your imagination. Don't set any bounds on that coolness.
Super.
Oh yeah, he does look cool.
That, yeah, okay.
Dude's been through some
Arr.
fights.
So you guys see a kobold that looks to be a little bit more than the average kobold.
That's a little
That-
terrifying.
He looks pretty sweet, I gotta say that.
Oh,
Yeah.
He looks bitchin'. I think is
It's
the
like
term I'm
Kobold
looking for.
Commando.
Wait, can I make a Are those wings real, or did he build them?
Make me a perception check.
Because in my head, I recall the kobolds don't have wings.
He might not be a normal kobold.
Oh man, those are totally real wings.
Wow.
Looking at the wings, I mean, like from the distance of which you're at, and there's not any other light source. I mean, so you're just kind of relying on your dark vision, and so kind of like the grayscale. From the distance where you're at, it looks like they might be real wings, but you're not quite sure.
Fair enough. Mentally, I know that's weird, but why not?
So as you guys kind of enter into this tunnel, lurking in this dusty tunnel, there are kind of a number of skittish kobolds. One of them carries a threadbare satchel and wears, as you kind of get, as Davos, as you get a little bit closer, you see that the wings are a fake pair of dragon wings made of thin wood and tattered white cloth. He immediately, as you guys kind of come in close and whatnot, he raises his hands and says, "We mean you no harm. Please don't hurt us," in common. And this kind of takes back you, Davos, and kind of the rest of the people in the group. Like you haven't been hearing any of the other kobolds speaking common. So this is a little bit.
Yeah, this is a head twitch.
Yeah.
This is the smart one. Yeah.
Yeah,
We all
okay.
get
So-
that dog hearing a high pitched noise. Brr.
Rewinding like the story of why we were brought here, right? We were brought here to evict them essentially.
Yes, and I have a plan for them. I'm going to see if it's going to be something we can do, because if it's possible, we could restart this economy in this town.
Yeah, there's a bunch
Okay.
of empty houses in the town.
Yeah.
As long as they're willing to
Share the
live
fate
above
of
ground.
The rest
Okay.
of the group.
Yeah. Back in character then. Okay.
Sorry.
So,
So he says, "We
I
mean you
raise
no
my
harm.
hand.
Please don't hurt us."
yeah, I raise my hand and I say in common, would you prefer speaking in your language or in ours?
Says, "I'm fine in common. I have come to become proficient in this tongue."
Where did you
As
learn
long as you're comfortable speaking to us, that's all I would ask for.
That's a fair request.
So, my name is Davpos. I come from a land far south of here. But me and my friends, we were tasked with getting rid of you. But I have another idea, and I wanted to see if it's something that you would be willing to do.
I am open to hearing your idea, he says.
Are your people miners by trade?
I don't know. They look like adults to me.
But
He says, by trade, no, we are not miners, but we are relatively quick learners. We are survivors. The everlasting winter has made the wilderness unsafe for my kind, and the perpetual cold has dulled our wits.
That I fully understand. The reason I bring that up is the miners would like to continue working here. And if you would be willing to either A, assist them in it, or B, possibly guard them during their trials here in the mines, I'm sure they'd be willing to offer you guys hospitality on the surface.
Make me a persuasion check.
Yes,
Ooh, I
the
wanna-
one I wanted.
So I was hoping you would say that. I want to assist him with my past experiences in this area, talking about the people that I've met, the perceptions that I've, the types of scenarios that I've seen, what we've seen in the surface about the struggles that they've been going through, historical book knowledge, kind of based off of my thing, just to help make the case for this to be a very peaceful and positive outcome for everybody.
I'll give you advantage. Or you want to do it too as well, or you want to give him advantage?
He can have advantage, and I'll do my history thing. That
Okay.
will add my proficiency bonus if I get above a 14.
Why you talk so good?
There you go. So it's 25.
Trex responds with, "We are willing to work, and we won't cause any trouble. I think Tourmaline will be richer for having us around."
And that was my idea as well. I think your two tribes can come together as one.
I will elbow Quicks a little bit. I'm like, do you think he's telling the truth when he says he's not trying to cause trouble?
We're about to find out. He says both.
So, if
Yep. That's the lowest I can roll.
with a 16, and kind of from the back of where you're at, as you're overhearing the conversation between Trex and Monty, or between Trex and Davpos, you think that Trex is really just kind of trying to look out for his essentially tribe of kobolds and whatnot, and
Mhm.
just really wants the best for them, and is willing to do whatever he can to help help them survive.
Yeah. I'll say he seems legit.
I'll lean back to Tehran and I'd be like, do you think we need to get some sort of assurances? I'll whisper it.
Aaron says, I don't know. I just want to make sure they're not lying. That's all.
I think they're all right. I think we've got a good outcome right here.
I agree. I just want to make sure we don't set this thing up for failure.
Making character judgments in the first minute we've met somebody is not safe, is what I feel. So,
well, could Trex, could we come in and meet some of your people, and we've got a few rations we could share if you guys are, could we see what you guys have set up here and bring that back to the town and share that with them, because we're gonna we'll have to pitch this case to them as well. So how can you help us make that case?
He responds with, we've only been here for a few days, but I think when you before you came upon this tunnel where you met Grek and Small up top, that was our main area where we had been essentially our main eating area, and we've been attempting to try and explore further areas into the mine to see if there's anything else that would help make this home a little bit safer. He says, I'm sure you've seen the hole that seemingly goes on forever. It makes us nervous as to what may or may not come down or up through this hole. But I think that my clan would be more than willing to help defend this mine against anything that may try and crawl its way out of the Underdark below.
I'm not sure they need you to defend in any part of the mine. There's just a lot of empty houses in the town for you to occupy jobs in the town to do. It seems the town has enough miners as it is if you are not miners by trade. Why would we pigeonhole you to mining?
Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want.
I'm only going off of whatever you had suggested. If the town would like us to stay here, that's fine. If the town has other ideas of where we could help out, that would be amicable as well.
What ideas do you have for helping out? Are you hunters? Is there any trade amongst anyone here?
He says there's we are a group of survivors. We spend most of our time out in the tundra, and we're looking for a place to warm up until this cold seems to end.
How would you feel about living in a city establishment? Are you concerned about that, or would your people? How do you think your people would react to that, and the residents?
He says most people do not are apprehensive of my kind, but I think that it is if there is mutual benefits for both parties, then I think a lot can be accomplished.
I think we can broker a dialogue with the leaders, from Utrex and your clan here and the representatives of the city, and advocate for the mutual benefits here, on both parties' behalfs, and come up with something good here.
Most of the time, apprehensions based on race will dissolve when people go hungry, and everybody needs help.
Yep.
Doesn't matter who's helping you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are there any other more dangerous parts of the mine? They didn't hire us just to get rid of you. I think they hired us just to help clear out the mine. So I don't know if our job is necessarily done yet.
Based on what Smallhead says, it seems as if you have taken care of the Grick that we were of what we had assumed was up in the hole to the north.
There's nothing more dangerous deeper. There's nothing different anywhere else. Just
There's
That's-
nothing else that we have come across here in the mines. But that being said, there is an entire bottomless pit that you're standing next to that we have not explored.
Who's got Featherfall? Let's make this quick.
Got spider walk or wall walk.
If this mine were next to the ocean, I wouldn't clear the ocean. It's not my concern.
Yeah.
So this hole is not my concern. The mine is what I'm worried about. So if there's nothing else here.
Yeah,
let's
we're not
get clear.
ocean inspectors, so yeah.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
We're owl exterminators.
Let's clear out the rest of it and make sure, and then we'll go.
I can agree with that.
That sounds
What's
good.
across the rope over here?
I'd rather find out.
Truck says, just another another portion of the mine, of which the miners had been excavating.
Is there a way around to it, or do they actually use the rope to traverse it?
Excuse me.
He kind of looks over and kind of scoots past you a little bit and pulls on a little bit of a bucket, and he says, "This bucket is how we were traversing this chasm."
So there's no way around. Okay. Other than over. That's crazy.
And it's a little bit hard to hear as you guys are kind of like standing in this cavern here, as like the waterfall is coming down like right next to where
Oh, that's
Tehran
a
is.
waterfall. I got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so right there is a waterfall.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, is there a safer area to be talking than on this fucking?
And I'm assuming they kind of crawled in. They walked into the tunnels a little bit further, but
Yeah.
you guys are kind of out on the platform a little bit. Overall, you guys are. I mean, like it's a mine that miners have been working in.
Yeah.
A mine.
So we're 2 stories down from where the water's falling. Are we just all feeling slightly damp at this point? Because I imagine it's starting to
Moist.
disperse, is it?
Very moist.
Moist indeed.
It's a little bit wet, a little bit slippery, but overall, like not too terrible. So.
And the wood's not rotted, it's in good condition.
Woods. You touch it, you step as you've been stepping on it. It feels pretty solid where you're at.
Okay.
You guys want me to climb across real quick?
Well, I can't
Worth a
believe
shot.
there's no other way around. You'd think they'd just dig around the hole and make a pathway, but
You'd think.
I'm very okay.
I mean, like I said, I could just go look.
Well, yeah, but if there's something over there that's going to eat you, then you're the only ones there.
He can run.
I guess you could run around the wall
Run
again.
deeper into the wine. Oh yeah, spider walk. You could just run around the wall.
Yeah.
But, why don't you? You're acting as leader. Why don't you go with their leader to look at everything?
All right.
Okay. So you hop into the bucket, and Monty or Alice, as Duffos hops into the bucket, you start to turn the crank, and slowly but surely the bucket starts to head over to the other side.
I'm gonna keep an eye out on the mountings on both sides of the wall here to make sure it doesn't start to pull away.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
Investigation, okay. Yeah, these dice are hot tonight.
Okay. With a 14, I mean, like the rope looks pretty taut. The pulley kind of goes across and whatnot. With the bucket and duff posts. You do notice though, as you kind of look up from where you're at, towards the kind of bridge kind of path up above that you guys had walked on previously. You do notice 2 other kobolds kind of hiding in the support bars up there with saws in their hands.
With saws.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I will
Mm,
kind of step to the side. So back to over here a little bit. And I'm gonna make my stealth check, and I'm gonna continue to watch them, see if they're gonna do anything weird.
okay.
I'm just gonna kind of break line of sight from them, and then kind of peek back around the corner and just keep an eye on them a little bit.
Like they aren't sawing currently. They are currently watching to see what's happening down below. So.
Okay. So
Um,
is it my assumption that they would have just dropped the path above us on the path we were on, basically? With what they were gonna saw, it would just come down on it, right?
The path above you, the path that's above, basically runs from here to about here. So, oh man, it's not again to there.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like this open area up above.
What if they had, based on what I'm seeing, if they'd have sawed whatever they were sawing, what would have happened?
I mean, like probably collapse the pathway up top.
Yeah, okay, the pathway above us, but it wouldn't have hit us, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, with a 14, you aren't, and maybe they're repairing it. You aren't quite sure. With a 14, you're not quite sure. So
weird plan. All right, yeah. Well, I'll continue to watch them. If they do something weird, I'll.
So Daff goes
Watching it.
across, and we're sending them with Trex.
Did
Yeah, I thought I
Trex
was
go
going
in the
with
bucket,
Trex.
or is?
the bucket's large enough for one medium humanoid creature.
Oh, okay.
So I'm with Trex. Who's in the bucket?
You're in the bucket.
Before you go, you should put
Oh,
the
I thought-
spider climb on our turtle again, because we don't want to put 450 pounds on a rope.
Hey, Stavros, I thought you were going across in the bucket.
I
Put
thought I was
spider
staying with
climb on you.
Trex.
No, I was telling you to go as a leader with the leader to look at the rest of the mine.
but it
Yeah.
only fits one, so
Well, wait.
So am I going across then?
That was what we thought.
I thought you were in the bucket going across.
Okay,
Okay.
I was confused. I thought I was staying
Before
with
you
Trex.
leave, you should put spider climb on your 450-pound friend, so we don't have to put him in the bucket.
Fine.
All right.
does it makes more sense for me to go check it out?
I don't know. I'm
So
pretty
that way
sure
the spider climbing person can stay here.
a couple
like-
of us
Alright.
are fairly light. I
At
don't
this
know,
point,
whatever.
Davos gets to the
He's
other
over.
side.
Okay.
He did
Yeah,
not. He
okay.
did not cast spider climb on Kohi.
It's
Got
too
it.
late.
Let's do this.
Quick, throw us the thing, and we'll wait an hour so we can attune to it.
As you get to the other side, you see two tunnels that kind of go off. One to the south and one more so to the east.
South.
Okay. As you head south, you kind of come into this small little cavern. Much kind of it goes out a little bit, and probably 10 feet or so, then kind of stops. And in one of the walls on the east side of the wall, you see a fossilized skull that is partially jutting out of this small cave, about 5 feet off the ground.
Investigate.
The skull. Okay, maybe investigation check.
Do you touch it with your hands?
Yeah.
You enjoy your curse.
He investigates it with his hands.
The skull has, I mean, as you're looking at it, the eye sockets look a little bit larger than normal. And you see a weird ridge between the eyes. Nothing that would seemingly pass as a, and like you've seen lots of skulls before, and like nothing that would pass off as a normal nose. And you see 4 small holes where one would expect to see teeth.
Oh, fuck.
While he's over there, I'll be like, all right, Trex, your turn to go over.
So you start, Monty and Alice start pulling the bucket back, and Trex says, "I'll go over, but I don't know what you're." I'll go over.
Think of it as a trust exercise.
So you guys think of it as what?
A trust exercise.
All right. So he comes up to you and he's reluctant. I should make me a persuasion check. You're asking him to go over to another part of the cave, kind of on his own. So
God, our rolls are shit today. We sent our leader. We were hoping that the leader of your clan would go.
He's apprehensive, but he kind of hops up into the bucket. He's like, "Don't leave me over there, please."
I promise.
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 Yeah, I'm having trouble talking. I'm a little sick. Don't be a cunt.
I was joking because promise is like.
All right, so he gets over to the other side. He hops out of the bucket, and he kind of comes into the cavern next to you, Davpos. And he sees the skull. We thought that was kind of weird, but there's nothing that we wanted to try and touch.
Can I make an Arcana check on the skull, please?
Sure.
To see if it's a magical creature.
Sure. Make me an
Very
Arcana check.
specific, magical, interdimensional creature.
That kind of lives in dark spaces.
Yeah, the skull looks weird, but you're not sure what creature
what?
it's from.
Yank that fucker out the wall. There's smarter people than you on the other side of that rift.
Maybe magic.
Yeah, I know, and I need a specific one.
Just
Yeah,
come back
You want
up.
to shout over for someone else
Yeah,
to
I'm
come on
literally
over?
coming out here and going, Monty,
Yeah.
I need you to confirm something for me.
All right.
Man, all right, I'd fucking bring the bucket back over. I'm like,
We're gonna have 50-50 of the party over. So we send me over.
quite 50%. Yeah, send you over. Bye. Tug, tug,
Bye.
tug. Okay, bye.
Later, taters. Click, 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 click. Whee! Okay. So what do you want me to look at? What do we got
This
here?
skull right here.
Ooh, interesting. Nice. That is cool.
Specifically, something that has 4 tentacles for a face.
No,
You
it
don't know
said
they're
holes.
tentacles.
It didn't say tentacles.
Or hole.
No, I'm literally saying that as Davpos. I'm like, did this thing have 4 tentacles for a face, please?
All right. We trying to figure out what kind of creature it was? We trying to look for magical pieces of it? We trying to know the history of it?
I want you to confirm or deny that this is a mind flayer.
History, probably.
Make me an Arcana check.
Not a history.
Or Arcana.
Are you assisting me with this, Alex?
I am assisting you with this, yes.
And at this point, you're assisting him, so you are rolling a separate roll, straight roll.
All right. So he already rolled, so I'll roll again then.
Yep.
There we go. That'll do it.
Oh, thank God.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Looking at this, you recognize it almost immediately as the skull of a mind flayer.
Ooh. There you go, guys. So skull of a mind flayer, is it? So they're dead, right?
Yeah, but that means one made it up here.
Right. How old?
There might
How
be more.
old does the skull look? Like,
He's
how?
been fossilized.
It's fossilized, you said, right?
Yeah, it's a fossilized skull. You don't know how it came to be fossilized in stone, but
Does anything else around it look different about? Does it look like it is a fossil that is in rock that would contain fossils, or does it look like it was put here? Or does it look like it was like there's something weird about how it came to be here? Now that we know what it is.
If you want to make an investigation check, it's kind of like the surrounding rock around it.
Help him.
I turn to Kohi and look at Alice and Taran and say, so how are we getting you over this rope bridge?
I can jump across there if I need to. I'm more about staying over here and eating one of these things if they turn on us.
I mean, it's fair enough. We just
He's
don't know
hungry.
how much further
First
down
time
this
this campaign.
goes.
I turn to Trex and go, I think we just made your decision for you.
This may not be healthy.
All right, I'll do the investigation check. Are you helping me, Alex? With
Yes.
this? All right. All right.
Thank Christ.
I got the spread.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, even with like your knowledge of rock and fossils and kind of old historical artifacts and whatnot, this skull seems to be oddly placed in this rock. The rock itself is generally not one that you would find. This kind of rock is generally not one that you would find fossils in. But there's no other sign of kind of that it was placed here. It just kind of looks like it may have appeared here.
Does it look like I can remove it? And I guess I look at that post and like, what do you think about us trying to take this? I'm like, I'm interested in like studying a bit more about this. Like,
Can you get it out without breaking the skull though? I mean, do you have the tools?
We brought a pickaxe.
I mean, I am an archaeologist. I always have the tools.
You
My
literally
trade,
have an
so.
archaeologist kit on you right now.
Why
It's
wouldn't
like
he?
literally part of my like persona.
Why
We were
wouldn't he?
going into a cave.
I'd presume.
Hold on, I look at my equipment. There's something in here related to it. Got a dagger. I've got a pick. I've got.
And with a pick, I mean, like, you think that you could definitely
I don't want to
try to get it out.
Let's see. And I guess with my so if we're gonna try to get it out, how are we gonna go about doing this? Is this gonna be like a sleight of hand sort of thing, or because I want to be very gentle with it, right? Not to break it, and and I guess I would have had previous experience in this as well. So how do we want to resolve this attempt?
Or we could just leave it and come back for it later when we have the right tools.
I mean, he has a pick. I mean, like, that's. I don't know what else you'd be looking for. I mean, like, you can make me a sleight of hand check.
Is he helping you?
You want to assist me here, Dot Post? I could use you putting a little pressure right here and this angle there and help me get
Making
a
sure
swing
you
on it.
don't hit the skull.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Don't hit. Just put your hand right where I shouldn't hit. Just put your hand right there.
Hit your hands.
All right.
And I'm gonna be watching the kobolds to make sure they're not doing anything weird.
You start tapping around the skull, and things are starting to look pretty good. You think with a little bit more, just a couple more hits, you think you might be able to get around to around to the other edge of the skull and whatnot.
Here,
And-
and I hand him my dagger. See if you can get out with this.
And as Dapos tries to hand you his dagger, it distracts you just a little bit, and you knock the hammer into the skull, cracking it, almost like shattering it open, revealing on the inside a kind of a purple, almost gemstone looking thing, kind of like right where the brain of the mind flayer would be.
I go to Davos, was like, "Is that normal?" And he looks at me probably like, "Is that normal?" And we asked the DM, "Is that normal?"
I'm gonna go with a no.
Make me an Arcana check.
All right.
Actually,
Davos.
with a 26, I'll use your 26 Arcana from before.
Okay.
You would know that mind players, when the experience extreme psychic trauma. Sometimes, very rarely, their brain basically calcifies and turns into a psi crystal.
Ah.
Oh my god.
What's a psi crystal do?
A psi crystal
Would
basically
like to tell you.
grants the ability for telepathy.
Ooh.
It's cursed. I'll touch it.
Yeah. All right. So we will. I'm assuming I know if it's safe to handle these things, and would then take the necessary precaution to extract it after I just shattered the skull. Any pieces of the skull left that we could grab? I'll scoop up some pieces of the skull and just bring them with me.
I mean, there's pieces of the skull.
Yeah. I'll bring some.
Okay.
Who has the highest intelligence in the party?
Monty, probably.
Monty,
Might
probably.
actually be me.
Monty, what's your intelligence?
Well, I don't have a high intelligence. I just have a lot of high stats that utilize intelligence. So
Okay,
it's only a
but
13
this-
right now, but
Okay,
I definitely have the highest charisma stats of everyone.
so
till my next level
can anybody beat a 14?
No.
No.
at the moment.
14 in.
But
Intelligence. No, it's 12 to 15. I was just curious.
Well, so I
Brought up
have
an interesting point.
I have grand designs around acquiring more intelligence, but
Oh, okay.
I have
Yeah.
to work that into the narrative of the story a little bit. So it's
Anyway.
so
we'll
Yeah.
pocket it for now and we'll decide later.
Yeah.
okay. Pocket it for now, and we will take it later.
What has Trex been doing during all this?
Trex has just been kind of standing back and watching and whatnot. He's there at your bequest to basically not piss you guys off and ruin whatever deal he has worked out with you guys.
All right, before we go back across, I'm going to come over here and check this room out.
As you enter into this larger cavern,
I'll keep an
about
eye on him.
15 by 25 feet in diameter, you're greeted by an array of sparkling geodes. The gems are partially exposed in places, sticking out from the walls like glassy shards. The floor rises near the eastern wall, leaving a natural ridge with stone ramps leading upward on either end.
Ooh.
Anything of interest in here?
There are a number of gems sticking out from the wall.
Do we want some gems? Now might
There
be
be
the time
money
to
in
grab a
them
couple.
dar hills.
Hold on. Detect magic.
Okay. You cast detect magic, and as you're kind of looking about at the gems, the other than the whatever magical items you carry on yourself and on Monty, you detect the psi crystal that is in Monty's possession now.
Look at the kobold.
But nothing else kind of sticks out.
Yeah, definitely look at the kobold.
Well, I'm going to keep it active and come back out, and because it doesn't really show any sign that I'm using it, really.
Why is his brain so big?
Why is his head so big?
Why he talks so
So-
good? Why brain so big?
So we'll come back out, and I turn to Trex and go, Trex, we are ready to head out. There's just a mine over here that we can use. So thank you for allowing us to come over.
Says I meant to harm no one. I only was looking for a place of refuge.
And we'll see if we can get that for you now.
Right. Yeah. We'll definitely, share that with the group back in the town and let them know that you guys were very amenable and hospitable. And I think that there's a lot of opportunity on both sides here. So.
Says
All right, Trex, would you
I
like to
agree.
be the first to go over?
And he says I would greatly appreciate not being left over here.
All right.
Red Rover.
So
Head on over.
Trex hops into the bucket, and I'm assuming Alice is pulling the crank across her arms little by little.
As he gets nearer to me, I'll kind of like cock my head and I don't want to sound like I'm teasing, but I'll say like, why don't you just fly over?
Trex responds with, I know my wings may appear funny to some, but they're intimidating to others. And, well, I know I cannot fly with these wings. They do add a little bit of flair to scaring people and giving us the privacy that we had sought.
Appreciate a little flair.
It's interesting that you talk so candidly in common, so no one else that you're with speaks common.
Most other kobolds that we, the other kobolds in our group have very limited interactions with other people who speak common. I, as the leader of our clan, trying to essentially allow us to live in peace, have tried to learn the common tongue as best as possible.
Did you find it in a book, or how have you taught yourself?
Yeah, are you so articulate?
Can we get everybody else back across?
Yeah, well, we can still work on that. We're having a conversation here.
Uh,
We're talking here.
I'm sitting over there like with a pickaxe on the gems. Like, wait, what?
Just taken away.
he says,
7 dwarves in it.
Sweatshirt. You want anything?
common is what little we have traded with people attempting to get supplies is where I have attempted to learn the common tongue as much as I can.
Well, it's impressive.
Yeah, I'm.
Very good. I have problems with common, and I've lived here a while.
All right, let's head out then. We gotta go pitch this idea to the city now.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys begin to head out and pack the tourmaline.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Chuck's kind of turns around and kind of motions to the other kobolds to kind of start following him and you guys. And he kind of looks up to the 2 kobolds that you had seen before,
Yeah.
and says to them in Draconic, he says, "All right, meet us on top of the bridge. Wait for us up there. I think we have a plan of which will give us the
Safety.
the safety of which we desire."
You chip in Draconic.
I think the word you're looking for is safety.
So you guys head up
Fly boy.
to the 2nd level. I'll start moving everybody up.
Yep.
This Kobold's bullshit.
What's that?
I like.
Did you find a fuckload of Triscuits again?
No, those are fucking gone.
Oh,
What flavor were they?
Just
Regular.
regular, man.
Triscuit
You don't,
flavor.
you don't,
Damn
you
it.
don't
No.
fuck with wheat thins.
Well, Triscuits are wheat thins, right?
Nope.
Well, they're
No.
different.
Triscuits are
They're
shit.
different.
Oh,
We
wheat
crack
thins,
crack
I'm
pepper
sorry.
and olive oil. I mean, crack pepper and olive oil Triscuits are they're good.
Nah.
Wheat
fibrous.
things are like almost sweet to me though. I
Mm.
don't know.
Yeah, that's why they're so good. That's why McDonald's French fries are so fucking good. They got sugar in them.
The sugar on them, like the
Sounds
addictive
awful.
sugar they put on them.
Hey,
Feeling good?
What?
Colin, you would know this, right? They used to cook them in the beef fat, right? The
Beef
McDonald's
tallow.
fries?
Beef tallow.
Or
Yeah, they used to,
tallow,
but now they just have like beef flavoring added, I think.
It's all
Yeah.
it's all
Oh,
vegetable
MSG.
oil now.
yeah. It's vegan or whatever, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, it was the trans fats that were an issue.
Oh, got it.
And the beef.
Saturated
yeah.
fats and shit.
All right,
Yeah.
can we out?
Do the
All right.
thing. Out.
You guys come back to where you guys had felled the Grick. And you guys begin to start heading up into the elevator, essentially, one by one. And the elevator takes. Let's see.
The elevator's on the Grick.
Oh,
Is it? No, the Grick's not in the shaft, is it?
No, the Grick was right here.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm stuck in a wall.
Weird.
Oh, maybe you should slow
Way
down
to
a little
go. That's why we can't have nice things.
bit.
When Alice isn't looking, I lean down and bite it.
You say you bite it?
You bite the Grick?
Bite the Grick.
Oh
Make
my
me a
God.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I was about to say, good luck. You just got cured from that Grick.
No, it was the rats.
Oh, that's right.
He was not cured.
I was not cured.
Da, 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 da.
A little more disease.
Yeah, disease on disease might cure the other disease.
That's right. Not
The
not
only
today,
way.
though.
You bite into the Grick and you pull out a juicy piece of Grick.
I mean, I'm not eating it. I was just like, arr. I'm not ravenous yet. I don't know. Am I ravenous
Do-
yet? I don't
do you
know.
put
What?
Do you put it
Do I
in your
put it in my
mouth?
mouth? I don't. I don't swallow.
You don't swallow?
I
You're
don't
not
swallow.
swallowing?
I don't know of another way to bite something.
You having a tough time opening up your mouth? You got lockjaw?
If I notice him, I'll be like, I respect.
Anyways, I'll cast Spider Climb on Kohi so you
All right,
can climb the
anyways.
walls and not have to ride the bucket.
Okay.
Okay. You guys spider climb on Kohi, and Kohi climbs up into.
Scuttle, scuttle,
I'm a
scuttle.
curious guy. I curiosity. Bit the Grick.
You guys, 1 minute by 1 minute, slowly begin to take the bucket up to the floor above.
What's on?
It does take a
Share what you found, or do we not know about it yet?
Oh yeah, I shared it immediately with you guys when I came back over.
Hmm.
Right. I'm sure you guys heard some shouting, and it wasn't that far away, and you probably could hear us because it was like what, 15 feet. So yeah.
I will exclaim about how the color would look really good with my hair.
It would. But it were your eyes too, right? Wouldn't it?
Oh, my eyes are like fuchsia. Or
Purple
like hot
pink.
pink.
Purple pink. Is that what fuchsia is?
Lavender skin, fuchsia eyes.
Dark purple hair.
What's your intelligence at?
Only 10.
Whee.
Is Trax with us? Is that who that
Yes.
is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're all coming with us, right?
Yeah, they're all following you. I just don't want to do everybody. That's
Okay.
a lot of work.
We're doing Thanksgiving with them.
Yeah.
What we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
The pilgrims.
Small
This is
fox
Squan-
blankets.
This is Squanto.
That's why I couldn't hear anything. I accidentally hit volume on my music. I was like, why isn't the music playing? Can you guys hear the music?
Yeah,
Yeah, now
it
we
got a
can.
little louder for a minute there, but
All right. Yeah, that was me going, why isn't this working? Okay. Yeah, just get back out to the mine entrance and head back out as you kind of begin to exit the mine. Like the blast of icy cold just kind of like hits you in the face. And whereas it wasn't warm here in the mine, it was definitely a nice reprieve from being outside.
Ugh.
You guys
The
head out.
sooner
and
we fix this, the better.
you guys head
Back.
back to terminal.
you know what? I think we should just convince the townspeople to use chlorofluorocarbons, and that would probably solve the situation.
Warm it up.
Take that,
15,
Ariel.
20 years. and
Warm it
we're
up.
around.
So
Well, if you want
we
real
should,
change, you can't. It doesn't happen overnight.
We should have them wait here and then talk to the town first, or should we just shoot a load of kobolds?
We should. Well, we should probably get them. How far away from the town is this? Because they probably
We're
don't wanna
in
stay
town.
exposed.
The mine is in town.
Wasn't it like
No,
a half
no,
hour
mine's about
walk?
mine's about a half hour walk or so outside town.
There we
Oh,
go.
it's all right. The one that's in town is not the right one. That's right.
We
What
should
about-
probably take Trex with us, but maybe
Yeah,
not
what about
everybody.
like a little envoy, you know? Like,
Yeah, Trex and a couple
couple?
people. Yeah,
Um,
and I mean it's up to him, right? What he wants to do, but his people might be, out sitting outside while we work through this.
You don't have to.
We could just go to the mayor, town speaker, whatever they're called,
Yep.
Mhm.
and we could just let Trex make his own case.
That's my plan.
Mhm.
We're
Yeah.
giving them the option.
I mean, we just would facilitate wherever we might facilitate on that.
Truck says, I'm apprehensive about leaving my clan here without a liaison to be able to speak to anyone who may attempt to come into the mine as you guys did.
If they don't instinctually act aggressively, I mean, it should be
No.
fine until you get
Yeah, I
back.
agree.
I'm not the most eloquent, but if we want somebody to stay behind.
Hmm.
Not asking you to disarm, just don't reach for your weapons.
I try not to kill anyone.
No, we're talking about the people he left behind. I'm sure they'll be fine.
The
he promises.
truck
Right.
says, we will be calm and we'll go with the flow.
Does that mean he's gonna leave the bulk of his people there, or he wants to bring them with?
Do what?
Does he still want to bring people with, or is he gonna
He-
leave them there to chill?
Chuck says, I want to, my clan will come with if whatever we work out with the town mayor speaker, as you called him.
Mhm.
So I want to do it with the full knowledge of the clan that I have.
Sounds good. All right.
We should, if that's the case, we should send a runner to let them know.
Yeah, we shouldn't show up with a horde of kobolds, so we'll send a couple. We'll send one or two people ahead.
Who wants to run ahead?
I'll stay
My-
here with him
Stop.
because I'm the one who initiated this contact. So
I
I'll
have
stay
a-
here with him.
Greater
I-
speed, so I can go if someone else.
I can come with as a more talky persuasive person.
That might
Okay.
be good.
Or you can, Colin or Tehran, if you want to. But I mean, it's your aptitude, but it's not your aptitude.
Oh, let's do it, Monty, and I'll like fireman carry you over my shoulder and start jogging.
She's like, oh. I'm in,
Hup, hup,
digging it.
hup, hup, hup,
Digging
hup,
it.
hup.
I pull out a book and I'm like reading it.
I'm gonna not resize.
You guys head back to town after about 30 minutes or so. At the quick trek that you guys are on, Alice and Monty, you guys reached to Hermeline, and I mean at this point, you were.
Trex is with us, right? Or
No,
no,
it's
he
just
wanted to
me.
stay. Sorry, this just okay.
No,
yeah,
you're running ahead to let them know we're showing up with a fuckload of kobolds.
okay.
Yep.
Got
So
it.
you're back into town, and kind of as you're coming in town along the same road that you had come in the day before, kind of coming out of the east side, you must have been watching from a window. You see Oris Matthew, SU, kind of coming out and greeting you. He looks a little bit grim as you guys come into town, just the two of you, and he says, is everything all right? There were 7 of you who went in. There's only 2 of you here.
I'll set
No.
Monty down and like brush him off. Be like, oh, he's fine.
We're all fine. We're all fine. The rest of the group is behind us a little ways. We came ahead to to kind of let you guys know the resolution we came to with the the residents of the mine, right? The Kobold clan that's at the mine. So
the mine is cleared out.
The mine is cleared out. We met. So the mine will be cleared out. We also ran into a Grek. We dealt with the Grek. Now we have a proposal that the leader of the Kobold clan wants to bring to the town for you guys around a mutual beneficial arrangement. They're interested in work and support and safety and security and survival with the changing and harsh conditions going on here. And I also noticed you guys have quite a bit of space in the town that looks like it could benefit from some additional prosperity. So they're willing to either work and stay in the mines, or they're willing to work in the mines or in the town, or providing a variety of services, but they're looking for just safety, security, to take care of their own and then benefit the community how they can. So there was absolutely no hostilities that we observed, and they're going to be coming up here a little bit. We just wanted to give you a forewarning before a group of kobolds showed up on your doorstep with us. So that's where we're at right now, and that's the deal that we struck with them, for us to meet with you and facilitate a conversation so you two can hash this out.
Speaker Oris, he seems hesitant at first. He's almost at a loss of words as what to say. I
mean, look around. Your town could use some additional help and support. The mine could use some. The ports could use some. The repair and the buildings and the security and safety of the village could use some. There's monstrosities out there, right? That they're scared of. You guys are scared of. That we're up here investigating. So I think together, all of the races can support one another up here, and clans and areas can support one another up here and work together, while things continue with the Frost Maiden and the rhyme going on and all that.
At this point, we approach because it wasn't actually that far of a run.
She's a fast runner, though. I mean, we're sprinting. I only got through like 3 pages. So.
At this point, he sees the rest of the group kind of coming up, down from the ridge up above, and he says, "We're not a charity here in Tourmaline. We work hard for what little we make, what little we mine. If these kobolds are willing to work for their keep, we will allow. I think I can sell the rest of the townsfolk on working with them as opposed to working against them."
That'd be great. They're not.
Their
looking for
leaders
handouts.
here. He speaks common. I would highly recommend you go discuss details with him, and and get to know him. But I think that this is going to be good for the town.
And kind of as you say that, like the group kind of comes up next to you guys, and Trex says, at this point, Trex is kind of pulled in his wings a little bit, so he's not trying to look as scary and intimidating, if you could call it scary and intimidating. And he says, at this point, it's probably midday, but it's still almost pitch black outside. He says to the speaker, "Hello, my name is Trex, and it is a pleasure to meet you." And he pauses and kind of waits, and Oris kind of says, "Monty here says that you are you've offered work for services. Here in Tourmaline, we don't give charity to many. If you are indeed looking for a place to stay, and are willing to put in the work, we will accommodate you and your clan of kobolds in return for good work. Trex says, I think that you'll find us rather hardworking and more than willing to put in our fair share. And so the speaker goes, if you follow me, I can put you up in an old, essentially, I hate to call it a warehouse, but a warehouse for now until we figure out a better solution as to where you can stay here in Tourmaline.
Can you not spare an abandoned home? I mean, this place is underpopulated. It's
All right. How many kobolds are there, do we say?
There are 7 kobolds.
That's, okay. I thought there were more for some reason.
7 that are kind of with you guys. And probably the truck says there are 7 of us right now, but the other portion of our clan was waiting for our essentially signal to know that it was safe to come into the mines.
How many is that?
There's probably another 15 or so kobolds on the slopes of Kelvin's Cairn.
That's a lot of extra hands for this town.
So, warehouse might even be a little big for them, but that'll probably be fine.
Oris kind of responds with, the warehouse is not a permanent solution. It is a temporary solution until I can figure out the proper house to procure for our newfound residents of Tourmaline.
sounds amenable.
Good, Horace. I just would hate to see, these folks being taken advantage of the way that you didn't want to be taken advantage of either. So that would not reflect well on, future of this town and our, perception of it.
So
It also wouldn't look good on us because we're the ones who mediated this conversation.
Says I appreciate that, and I appreciate your efforts to make the town more prosperous. We are eternally grateful for your dealings with the gem mine. And he pulls out the pouch of 50 gold and sets it in your hand, Monty, since you're the one who was kind of talking about it. It says, thank you very much. And if it's okay with you, it's rather cold outside. And I'll take the kobold, I'll take the Trex and his clan to one of the warehouses near the docks until I can find a better solution.
I hand the bag right back to him and say, you use this to provide food and stuff for these guys immediately.
We
50
also
gold is. Go ahead.
We negotiated for a favor, not 50 gold.
Yeah,
Yep.
So use this to help these guys get on their feet. 50 gold is a sum of money. I mean, we appreciate the offer, but I think seeing to these guys and seeing to the prosperity of the town is more important for us. So we'll be good to grow in your favor, and we would like to someday probably collect on that favor in the future, or reputation, or greetings or meetings with other leaders in the area. So
He says your reputation in Tourmaline will be highly respected as you were able to help us in a time of great need. So thank you. And with that, he kind of begins to head off, kind of into the town of Tourmaline.
Before like he goes, I'll stop Trex and be like, we're not staying here forever, but we will be back. You're not going to be a problem while we're gone, are you?
He says, I will not be a problem. My only goal is to lead in the protection of my clan.
All right, so we'll be over here at East End. If you need us, we're here.
All right. Well, thank you very much for a amicable solution that left all sides relatively happy with the outcome.
All I ask is that you remember this for the future.
Who's gonna get a beer?
Yeah. Let's
All
go.
right, to the East End.
I'll be right back. I gotta go take Puppy out and then put him away for the night.
Alright.
So I'll be right back.
All right.
The East End is the inn, right? Whereas all the food and stuff is at the other place.
Clam.
Yes.
I
I just
bet.
want
The
to.
east
just
side
want to relax for a sec.
is you're in the Blue Clam. Over here is where the best food is that you guys had.
To the Blue Clam?
Well, yeah, but don't you want to kind of drop some stuff off?
Oh yeah. Well, there's not much to drop off, but yeah, I might as well.
Your pack and everything.
Yeah.
You guys head back in to the east side. You're greeted by Marta at the kind of like reception desk, and so, oh well, it's a pleasure seeing you guys. Welcome back to the east side. Are you guys looking to stay here for another night?
I think so. We also have to talk to, what's his name, the tracker.
I'll
Damn
try. We
it.
promised we'd show him to the
Scrimshaw thing.
next town. Yep. His name is
Hertog.
Hertog, yes.
Hertog.
She says, okay, well, we can, your rooms are still ready for you. And Hertog is, and she kind of gestures over to the fire, and you just see Hertog kind of sitting by the fire, enjoying
All right.
the warmth.
So once again, I don't know anything about what the Scrimshaw is. What is it?
Art.
It's artistically decorated, usually bone.
I know, I'm saying this in character. Like, I wasn't
And
there
I
for
show-
that conversation.
I show you then. I show you the necklace I purchased. It's this.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I want one of those now.
That's very neat.
All right, I'll let you guys talk to him. I'll go put my stuff away.
It's been kind of eating at me. I've been thinking about Trex. Did I believe him before I left? Like, was he convincing that he didn't want to cause any problems?
You seem to be, yeah.
Could I make an insight check?
You can. As you're thinking back on it.
It's got to be a good roll because I got a -1. Yeah, no, I don't feel pretty good about it.
What a mensch.
What a good guy.
What a good guy.
Looking out for his clan, not wanting to hurt anybody, just trying to
Very
just trying to be a good guy.
Wow.
All right. And who's someone's in charge of the Scrimshaw shit, so
Not it.
off you go.
Was it kind of Monty or Rob?
Rob.
More Monty. I bought some. He seems real interested in it, but yeah, we can. I don't know. It'll be an hour or two is the next town, right? To show him, see if we can find the person. What time of day is it?
It is. I mean, like at this point in the day, it's probably 4 o'clock or so in the afternoon.
I mean, it's not like we need to worry about it getting dark, but I'm assuming the locals in the next town will go to bed before that. So we can. Monty is here, but he's just not. So I'll walk up with Monty and say, "Well, we did wrap up the thing with the mine, so we could go tomorrow to along the place with the thing for the scrimshaw,
The Lonely
short-
Wood.
Lonely Wood, and set something up for the scrimshaw if you're interested. And we could, when you head back, you can make some money on this."
I would love an introduction to whoever you speak of in Lonelywood.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a deal. So I think we're probably going to stay the evening, and then we'll head out in the morning. Head up to Lonelywood. Negotiate that. Maybe head back here, and then we get to find our way to the next town, and maybe get some information along the way.
Okay. So
Just wanted to let you know because I think his deal was he'd stay for like a day. So
I appreciate your expediency in clearing out the mine, coming back and working on helping establish a scrimshaw trading route again, or at least a little bit of extra cash for their way home.
I'd love it. We're going to go probably get shit-faced. So stay here by the fire or come with us, whichever you prefer.
He says, I'll to keep my wits about me in the cold, I'll stay here at the east side. But you'll know where to find me.
You're a bright man. It is a long freaking walk in the cold at the end of the night.
It's very cold outside.
And he just gets a little closer to the fire. All right. I think as long as he's gonna hang around for a little bit, then we're good here.
All right, you guys put anything else that you want to in your rooms? Looks like sounds like Dapos left his bag of things in the room. Is anybody else?
Yeah,
in
I'm
their
not.
stuff here?
Yeah, I'm not bringing my pack with me to the restaurant. I'm just bringing myself, my money pouch, and my staff.
All right.
I will make my outer clothing look like. What did I say I could do? Fancy Neverwinter dress clothes. Boom.
All right.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. It's time to go out on the town.
All right, you guys dressed in your, or at least Kozantic dressed in his nice attire. You guys head out towards the Blue Clam. And along the way, you guys, there's a little bit more, there's a couple more people that you see kind of walking around at this point in the day, in the early evening, getting ready to for the true night to come and whatnot. And you guys head over to the Blue Clam. And you're greeted inside by the barkeep, and she says, another round of for the local heroes.
She must really like kobolds.
I guess. It seems really strange that the most heroic thing that could have happened today is that we didn't kill someone.
We killed a crick.
It's a low bar.
To which,
Maybe not for around here. It's not. They're ugly sons of bitches, are they not?
Vernon comes out and he says, I hear that you guys have cleared out the gem mine. Is that true?
there are 100% less kobolds and 1 less Grick, so that's always good, right?
As far as what we saw, every nook and cranny has been cleared except for the gaping hole into God knows what.
Let's just call
Vernon-
it the Underdark and make it sound good.
Vernon says,
What a
"Well,
name.
your first round, and your meals are on the Blue Clan tonight."
Oh, good. You're covering what I'm eating and drinking.
Huzzah.
She can have mine.
So, so the first round comes out, and you hear Vernon working him back, trying to make a number of meals for all of you guys, and brings them out and kind of sets them down on the table, and says, "Tourmaline is eternally grateful for your help in clearing out the mines."
That is great. What is on the menu today? Just out of morbid curiosity.
As like the plate in front of you that's put in front of you is another plate of knucklehead trout.
Hmm. I see.
So
Just, it's going to be the same food all the time. Just live with it.
I'm not yeah, that's fine.
this is prepared a little bit.
Presentation change the flavor.
Past the this is a little bit different than the food from the night before, in the sense that it is it's almost like there's almost like a little bit of a breading on there, and then like it's got like a little bit of fried crispy outside on it.
Oh, that's delightful.
It looks
Must
like
be
as if it's almost a little bit like a fish fry.
As it must be a Friday.
Yay.
It must be Friday. What is the ancient form of Friday? Like Thor's Day.
I think they only go off of moons, really.
So,
Interesting.
so you guys eat your meal.
Fine.
Is there anything else that you guys want while you guys are here?
A doctor.
Oh. Are you? Did you?
Oh,
Oh,
that's
you
right.
got chewed
He's
up
poisoned.
by. Oops.
Not poisoned, but something diseased of some sort. I tried looking up what disease it was. I couldn't quite figure it out.
You have rot gut.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That tracks.
My God, he's got the black shits.
Yeah, Kohi, if you could hook me up.
Help this man.
Nah.
Is he dead yet?
I go over to Tehran. I'm like, will you please kill me so he'll help me?
He pulls his glove on tighter on one hand and be like, absolutely.
Don't touch
If I
my
must.
soul.
They go,
Begrudgingly.
Don't need fucking black shits all over our room.
That's true. I would prefer to not die of dehydration in a shit-covered room.
I have create water, so we can fix that problem too. 25 pounds of water.
Jesus.
Like,
He's
per gallon.
just hosing out the room with his hand, like.
As Kohi touches your arm and kind of runs his hand over the wound on the leg where you were bitten, you kind of feel this warmth rush over you, and you feel as if you are no longer afflicted by whatever disease the rat had bit into you.
Oof. It was a close one. You pick up some bad diseases from
Mm.
those things.
Feeling better then.
Yeah. Thank you, Kohi.
Still got a little bit of grip juice right here.
Got purple
Don't worry.
mustache.
Wait, what are you talking about? No, that was just I saw some winter berries. I was snacking on the way over.
You have a little bit of a white dried patch just below your chin.
It gets stuck in my beard sometimes.
You gotta wash up after you smell that all day. So you recovered something interesting in the mine. Have you taken a look at it?
Not in depth. I mean, we can. Are we out on the street? Or
No,
are
No,
we-
we're in the bar.
Oh, we're in the bar.
Oh, we're in the bar. Okay, I didn't know where we were. Yeah, so I'll put it on the table for all else to look at.
How much is it glowing from him touching it for an hour?
Well, I think him touching it for an hour isn't the same as him tuning to it.
Right.
No, he's been walking around and
Yeah, it involves
been doing other
attention.
things. He's not been giving it his full attention.
Well, we're in the bar now, just hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is up for whoever we want to assign this to.
Well, I mean, who really is going to work well with telepathy? That's really the question.
It's a
Would love
good
to
communication
open
tool
it.
for anyone with high intelligence.
But it's also a good spy tool as well.
There you go. That's not a terrible idea.
So That's
Mhm.
true. Well, I don't think it quite works the way that
What, does
you
it
might
glow?
be thinking it does. Hang
It's
on.
telepathy.
But does it glow?
Yeah, but hang on. I'll pull up the.
Grants you
How it
telepathy for
works.
as long as you remain attuned to it.
Yep.
How does
Right.
telepathy work?
I'm looking it up right now.
Glows with a purple
That's in Tasha's. Let
light.
me grab it.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
Tasha's,
Higher
it's in
intelligence
the
can
monster
raise
manual.
Intensity.
I have it
Why does it not directly link to that?
here.
It does.
Oh, it's just not in the chat here?
Oh yeah, just not in the chat.
Oh, did
I put-
you?
I
Oh,
put- I put
you
it in
posted
there,
it.
yeah.
Okay, I was just about to do that. Okay. So something within the range. So anybody that's got an intelligence over 12, range is 60 feet. Does not need to share a language, but must understand a language. Creature without telepathy can receive and respond to telepathic messages, but cannot initiate or terminate them.
Well, it doesn't do the detect thoughts.
No, it's different. It's
Oh,
just a
okay.
communication tool, basically.
Well, then I don't want it.
It's message with a slightly longer range, I think. No, it's shorter range,
What's
I
the
don't
range
need it.
on message?
100 feet, I think.
Well, if you've
But-
got 16 intelligence, then it's 120 feet.
And this
Right.
is especially nice because you don't have to share a language.
Exactly.
I say Monty should hold on to it.
You may as well. It's either you or me, I think. And I think I'm all right.
It's up to you. I mean, yeah, like I can give you the messaging stones then, because it doesn't make sense
Well-
for me to carry them then.
I have one of them.
I'll
They
give
aren't
someone else one then.
Sending stones? They're message
Sending stones.
They're sending stones.
Sending
so you
stones.
it's one 25-word message and then one response.
Yeah, but
For a day.
person with
Yeah.
the other stone, though, right?
Right. Correct. It's not to anywhere.
Is there anyone we should have left this with at this point?
At this point, no.
They're
Not yet.
useful to have, kind of, if we actually make use of them.
True. I can take one.
All right.
Okay.
I've been hanging on to it, but if someone else wants it, that's fine. I
The
feel like
other
I would.
one? Keep it.
What?
Well, maybe.
Why
I
don't you
know.
just hold on to that second one?
Well, I was gonna say usually you and I are close together, so maybe it
Hmm.
should be someone that's not.
Oh, you and me?
Yeah, you and I. are
What about
typically-
Nicola? Nicola could use it.
Well, just so that we split them up. We don't want to be right next to each other, like breaker.
Yeah. I mean, I can use it, but I also have message, so I don't know if it makes sense
Oh.
What about
for
Kohi?
me to have it.
Well, it's over any distance though. It's like miles, right?
Yeah.
So,
So my point was that him and
It's
I are
plane
typically
of
close
existence.
together. Okay.
so my argument would be that the person who can sneak and escape should have it. And
I agree.
Okay.
And then him being able to communicate with someone in the group is nice. So why
Yeah.
not give it to
And this way, in case you ever have to do something real quick, you still have communication with the party.
Right. So
we
I
have
will hang
message
on to
one
one.
person. We're giving telepathy to another. Should we give the stone to Alice, Kohi, or
I don't want it.
Corey, does it make so? I know wisdom is your primary stat, right? But did you take int at all, or did you dump int?
It's 10.
mine's 10?
Who's above a 12?
I'm above a 12.
I'm above a
So
12,
is
but
it
I'm just
just you and I?
13.
I'll just
So
take
we've been talking
the
about this
side
already.
stone for now, and Kohi can take the other sending stone.
Okay, so Kohi will have the other sending. I'll have one, Kohi will have the other, and then you're gonna hang on to the side stone.
Sounds great.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Done.
You're gonna. By the time we're done drinking, we can test it out.
Yep. You quick work on hugging that thing.
I'm nursing it like my
Hug
baby.
it.
Hug your pretty
I'm
rock.
hugging it.
Your rock.
I'm looking at my rocks. I got my like jeweler's loop out, and I'm like making notes, drawing sketches.
Name it.
Real
Eating
quick, I'll write
carrots.
my little note in my journal.
Well, we're just hanging out.
All right.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
it
it's
is.
either we hang out here or we hang out at the end. It's one or the
Yeah.
other.
I know. I was just saying.
Was this place not the inn?
No,
Oh,
No.
I thought they
Remember the
were-
inn?
sorry.
no.
What is
Bye,
that?
Rob.
I did.
Is that the sending stone beeping?
Yes.
That's the
Well,
feedback.
I lost the remote. I lost my phone. I gotta find it.
Kohi and you need to stand a quick second. You need to stand a little farther apart. Get a little feedback.
Sorry.
Feedback loop.
So how's everybody feel about today?
I think it couldn't have gone better.
I'm
It could've gone a
unsettled.
lot
I'm
worse.
unsettled by the intelligence of that creature, but I don't have any reason to not trust him.
The way I look at it is he now owes us a favor.
I'm okay with helping somebody who's down on their luck, and they didn't seem to hurt us, which is good.
Yeah. Nobody thinks that was weird though.
Oh, I
that he
think it was
was-
perfectly weird.
I just don't know if it's weird in a good way or weird in a bad way.
I don't think things are weird in a good way up here.
What I guess
There are mysterious things that are in positive nature too.
what rubs you the wrong way about this? Just so I can, maybe I'm just looking at it wrong.
He's just incredibly intelligent compared to his race. I mean, not to be, you know what the hell I mean.
Yeah, I get. Okay, so he was abnormally smart. Yes.
He's not even that. He's articulate. The other ones don't know a lick of common. So if the thrust of him knowing common is for communication, for the sake of their people, why would none of them learn common as well? Why is he the only one?
I think you would have an alternate or something in case he passes away. Maybe it's a
I
way
mean,
of making him indispensable.
They're learning where is the bathroom slowly or whatever. He was strange. But like I said, I don't have any good reason to not trust him.
I think we should check in on him from time to time for sure.
Come
I
back to
know.
the village in a couple years, and he's the king of it, and like all the humans are enslaved.
Well, that's not how we wanted
That's
that to
chapter
go.
2 of this story.
Yeah, right.
Yes, that
Write
would
that
be a
down.
terrible thing to have a tribe of people indebted to me personally. That would be terrible.
Well, I'm gonna have another beer since I finished delicious dinner, and then I think I'm gonna turn in for the evening. I think we got an early start. Are we all?
Yeah, 'cause we're
going
heading
to
up north.
the Lonely
We
joint.
might as well. I mean, there might be something interesting there.
All right.
I agree.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Okay.
It's not like we have
yes.
anything else to do.
Just head out from the blue climb back into the blowing, freezing cold temperatures of the Icewind Dale tundra, and you just head back over to the east side, and you kind of open the door, and the blast of warm air kind of greets you once again as you descend the steps down into the underground portion of the east side. You just see Hertog still kind of sitting by the fire, and kind of looks up at you guys as you guys kind of stumble down the steps, and you guys, I guess, head into your room right away for sleep.
I will definitely stop in front of the fire and just kind of. I can press to digitate, but it's way more fun just to get warm and then go to bed.
Hertog says it's always nice to sit by the fire and enjoy what warmth we can get while it's here for us.
I'm gonna go find myself a dark corner and brood.
Journal.
Yes, let's say I'm writing in my journal, but I'm actually kind of watching you guys at this point.
Okay.
So if anybody actually looks, it looks like I'm writing my journal, but my eyes are up and looking at you guys.
It's your death. death stare writing.
No,
Her-
just waiting.
Fair enough.
Hertog looks to you, goes up to you, and he says, "You're lucky you're here on a night. You're lucky you're staying here when it's not a sacrifice night. Or if you were here on the night of a full moon, you would be sacrificing your warmth for the people of Tourmaline do not light fires on the night of the full moon."
I'm sorry, is that what happens there? Please elaborate, as I
Tell more.
am curious. Also, what phase of the moon are we in right now?
You asked that
Like
question.
tomorrow is the full moon.
Right.
Fuck me.
You asked that question to Nicola, and Nicola would remember. It's a number of days before the next one.
When he was saying that, I was heading to my bed, but I'll have halted, like as I was moving and turn around.
So, what happens on the full moon? No.
It says, from what Marto is telling me, it sounds like the people here of Tourmaline, the night of the full moon, they all sacrifice to Ariel warmth and do not light fires and survive as best they can the cold and attempt to endure the cold.
Just out of morbid curiosity, and not because of anything else, do people in this town, they don't worship her though, it's just a kind of a precautionary measure, correct?
There are worshippers of Ariel throughout the 10 towns up here.
You don't typically prostrate yourself out of concern or, taking care. I mean, they if they do that, they definitely worship Ariel.
Do they don't have some sort of shrine or anything in the town, do they?
That was going to be my next question.
Sorry, I wasn't sure how close to it you were, and I know that was something you were looking for, so.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm not sure where the shrine to Ariel, if they have one here in Tourmaline or not. And I know not everyone here, I don't think everyone here worships Ariel. But all here have a great respect, more so fear of Ariel, and attempt to appease her to end this rhyme."
I'll go over to Kohi. I'm gonna need you to top me off. I think you could help me out. I took a big hit in the cave. I'm not doing so great still.
You not going to bed?
Yeah, you fuckers needy tonight.
I don't know, I got fucking cut in half by a ceiling squid last time we played. Because I forgot to use an ability that would have kept me from taking any damage.
Sounds like a you problem, not a Kohi problem.
I cast Bane on you.
I cast Vampiric Touch on you. I'm getting the life back.
Getting it back one way or another.
All right, I'll cast Vampiric Touch on you. All right, we're back to 0.
Back and forth forever.
All right. What do I got?
Tehran, did you have a follow-up question? Because I have one more that I assume would have been more for you than anything.
Go ahead. I'm trying to
Yep.
Not die. All right. I'll ask him. So, or actually, more. I guess I'll ask the innkeeper. Is there someone in towns that is a practicing follower of Ariel or Ariel? I cannot pronounce that. Ariel.
Ariel.
Ariel. That's what I said, is it not?
She says your accent is a little bit hard to understand, but
It's hard for me to understand sometimes. It's terrible.
she says that there are a number of families here in Tourmaline who worship Ariel. Why do you ask?
Just a curiosity. It seems like an oddity in a space where this cold almost seems cruel.
Is it a new faith or an old faith in this town?
There have been people worshiping Ariel here in Tourmaline almost since its inception. The Ariel is a cruel mistress. Well, she represents cold and almost a crystalline beauty. With that, there is a deep respect that she garners for with the and she kind of pauses and she says, with a winter comes a spring, and a new life grows out of what is cold and bitter.
Except for when it doesn't.
And
How long are you willing to sacrifice to her before she doesn't change everything back and give you spring?
Marta responds, so we sacrifice our warmth on the cold, on the full moon each month to appease Ariel and to allow the rebirth of 10 towns to come.
You could give your entire life to her and she might not change anything. Likely wouldn't change anything. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your health and your heat.
Don't kink shame the villagers.
She says most gods are cruel and have their own plans, of which most mere mortals have no conception of what they truly desire.
That I would drink to if I had my glass on me.
Yeah.
And Marta says, there's only so much that we can do, and with the abilities that we have.
I promise you, she's not paying attention.
And she kind of, I believe you. Nonetheless, for fear of, and she kind of stops. For fear of retribution, we sacrifice to Ariel each month, or in hopes that it will not be worse.
Can I
than
get
following one.
an insight check on that? Just like, has something happened where like someone lit a fire and then like got smothered or something?
Sure, make me an insight check.
Do you know how old this town is? She said that the worship is as old as the town. How old is the town?
It's gonna have to be a 16 because I can't roll below an 8.
Okay.
Or actually, wait, it wouldn't be.
It's a 14, right?
It's only if she's lying. So.
Well,
What do you mean?
it doesn't change the insight check, does it? It's still
my insight check's at
+8.
10. Yeah, my insight check would be a 10, but if she's lying, it's a 16 because that's the only time I get the bonus.
Give me 1 second. 10 towns is been around for a number of hundreds of years or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't founded like you were then 100 years ago.
No, it's been around for at least 150 years. So, and with your insight check, of a 14 or 16.
It would be a 16 if she's lying. Otherwise, it's just a 10.
Okay. She's not lying.
Okay.
She's a little bit like she doesn't want to talk politics, I guess if you want to call it that.
Okay.
But yeah, she definitely just doesn't. She wants to participate in her sacrifice of her warmth and not upset anyone else. So
Got it. Yeah, so I'm just curious about, I guess I was curious for somebody, because wasn't someone in this party I thought was looking for shrines to, what's her name, to try and find that guy that he's looking for. So I want to see if there was a shrine in or around town.
okay. Marta says the kind of the shrine on the south side of Tourmaline is a small little essentially place of respect for our real, and she kind of gestures to the south and kind of points to in that southerly direction.
All right.
Thank you. Quickside kind of looks around, gives him a double eye wiggle, and winks, and then wanders off.
No, I would have headed off whichever way she was pointed.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Did you get topped off by Kohi yet?
Yeah, I got a whole
Yeah,
6 health because he used healing word.
Oh, there you go.
Quickside kind of looks around and goes, I'll go with. There's just a pause for him, and he's like, I don't think you should go alone. Is anyone else going? No one else? Okay.
I'm curious. I'll come with, just to observe.
Okay.
So the three guys head back out into the cold.
That's
At this point, it's
Turan lets
probably
us.
8 o'clock at night or so. If you guys kind of spending a number of time, a little bit of time at the clan.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I checked with Tehran that he's cool, like with us coming.
Yeah,
with
as
him.
long as that's okay. It just seems bad to be out by yourself.
Sure. Just checking. See if somebody's been here.
That's fine.
So I'll head towards whatever direction she pointed and see if I can find what she had set out for us. But
Quicksidey's got his furs on, just like.
And at this point, it's cold. It's dark outside, and you guys are heading south down kind of like the road in which you just entered, and you kind of come to a small sort of opening down here.
you don't pass by like a pack of kobolds just like eating people in the alleyway or anything.
Right. No, I'll kind of keep an eye out just to make sure that we're not being followed by, like a weird local or something like that,
Okay, you guys are the weird locals now.
I understand that. Well, we're not locals. We're just weird.
All right, make me a perception check.
I'm good at this.
Yeah, looking around, I mean, the wind is kind of blowing a lot and kind of blowing up a lot of snow. And as you're trying to look into the alleys, and it's hard to see tonight with the limited darkness. So you don't notice anybody following you.
Okay. The upside is that is the absolute lowest I can roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tehran, you guys get to this temple, not a temple, but more so what looks like a kind of a large kind of open worship area. You see a number of kind of ice crystalline statues, kind of in different poses, kind of pointed towards the center where you see just this kind of, you recognize it right away as the symbol of Ariel, and kind of
Like a visage of Ariel, or just her symbol?
more so just a symbol. There's not a lot of visages of gods, but
What is her symbol again?
It's a 6-pointed snowflake.
Oh, okay.
and you don't see anybody else out here as you look around at this time of night. So
All right, I'll kind of look around the worship area. There isn't like any kind of like benches dedicated to anybody. I'm just investigating the shrine. Like, is it old? Is it new? Is it
okay? Make me an investigation check.
I'll ask you what you're looking for and see if I can help.
I'm looking for signs of a person named Calendar. He was a high priest of this faith, and he disappeared a long time ago. And I'm just looking for any indication that he might appear. And a town that worships Ariel, I don't know, could either have been strengthened by him coming here, or it's happenstance. But I'm just looking for any kind of sign of this person.
So if you're gonna help him, I'm gonna I'm curious about the people sculptures. It just rubs me the wrong way. I want to kind of investigate those a little differently.
Yeah. So yes, Tehran, make me an investigation check, because you're kind of looking around, see if you can see if there's any signs of Calendar. You're not.
Monty help.
Yeah, Monty said he was assisting you.
Sure, Monty can give you assistance.
You want me to roll mine?
Yeah, you make one too.
All right.
And then I will use
Nice.
my thing. I'll just roll a d6 and add it to it.
And then I'll be looking at the
10.
kind of the symbol / visage and the kind of the people arranged around it. It just strikes me as off for some reason.
Okay. So I guess make me an investigation check as well then.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess we'll start off with what Monty and Tehran see is they're kind of looking around, seeing if there's any sign of Galander and
a specific brand of worship or something he might have left here or done here. I don't know.
Yeah, looking about, you don't see anything that immediately jumps out at you. I mean, like you're looking at the altar. You're looking at where a person of Galander's may have been, kind of where he would take his place and whatnot. And there's nothing that's really jumping out at you that is something that would be representative, at least from what you can remember, of his brand of worship of Ariel. Quixotic, on the other hand, as you're looking about at these beautiful, like statuette-looking ice sculptures, they're beautiful. It's a little bit hard to see in the dark, but as you're looking at them with the blowing snow kind of around you, what you are able to glean from them is that it seems as if great care has gone into the carving and preservation of these sculptures as a means to preserve what beauty one can find in the ice.
Does it look like they were hand carved, or does it look like maybe magic? Is there any indication of how long they've been there? Because of how cold it is, they could be here for a very long time, I imagine, yeah?
Yeah, based on how cold it is outside, and it's hard to guess the age of these sculptures. And looking about it, like you look real close with a 21, you can see it seems like there's a the sculptures themselves are very smooth, but getting up close, you do see a number of small, almost chip marks in the ice.
Okay. And nothing weird about the symbol or whatever it is itself, right?
Nothing that you could tell that seemed, from what little knowledge that you have of Ariel,
Yeah.
nothing that seems super weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
having come up dry with what I was looking for, I'll look at you, inspecting them very closely. I'll not sneak up on you, but while you got your face in it, I'll kind of approach from behind and just talk at you. This is what Ariel would consider beauty. Taking a thing and freezing it forever.
I'm not going to lie, I was slightly concerned for a little bit. These were actual people that were frozen.
Who's to say they aren't?
I am hoping from the chip marks here, here, and here that they were made and not made. I don't know.
That's fair. I mean, I can't imagine this extended winter has anything else to do other than her temper tantrums and trying to preserve some kind of upset about something. This is it. She takes things and encases them in ice because she wants them to stay away forever. These people are sacrificing themselves to her in hopes that she brings back spring, but that's not what she does. It's not what she wants. It's foolish. It's wasteful. This isn't what she doesn't want to bring spring. It's not what she's about. So
I understand the gods exist. I do not understand why people worship them at this point.
Yeah, I don't know anymore either. Most people, it's fear. Most people, it's indoctrination. You're a child and you grew up in it. You can't help. Everything's real. Everything's important. Everything is meaningful. You don't question it because you aren't just questioning a faith. You're questioning everything about your life up to that point.
That's true. I was lucky that way, I guess, that I didn't have to worry about it. I don't know. I'm guessing you did not find what you were looking for here?
I don't think so. This seems older than what I was looking for.
That is unfortunate. I was hoping...
coincidental, but unfortunate all the same.
Hoping for a lead for you.
I appreciate that.
Past is important to people.
Thanks for
right, Monty.
That's right, it is.
Yeah, thanks
and
for
it generally belongs in a museum.
Quick, steal one of these statues.
Heavily consider shoving them over, but I don't think they would have a hard time figuring out who did it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'd figure it out real quick. All right, it's fucking cold outside. Is there anything else you wanted to do? Otherwise, we can head back to Zane.
No, I don't think I want anything else.
Yeah, I figured the only reason I was asking if there are any local families that worshipped is if there was one of them that you might want to ask if someone passed through that was a high worshiper or something. But we can maybe do that tomorrow afternoon after we get back from the other town.
Sure. Yeah, I think you can only do so much from an innkeeper. They get the passer-throughs, not the
yokels.
Yeah. Yokels, locals, how is that you pronounce them again?
Close enough.
Oh yeah, we can go back. Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
Yep. This was good.
So guys head back to the east side.
Yeah.
Guys find the rest of the people, rest of your group, kind of heading themselves back to their rooms at this point, and you guys get in and you guys join them in the rooms, and sleep finds you guys as you guys think back as to how the gem mine might have gone differently had you with the Grick and the different scenarios with Trex and the rest of his clan. Guys, sleep finds you guys quite easily, and morning comes with another knock on the door by Marta. Knock, knock, knock. Wakey, wakey, hands off Snaky, she says.
5 more minutes.
Don't come in here.
And the morning, the day is yours.
Right.
I'll go down to Marta and I'll apologize for being insulting.
I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure what you mean by insulting.
Then never mind.
Then don't worry about it.
I wanted to. Wasn't an unselfish apology, and if you took no offense, then no need. But I want to talk to the oldest family who worship Aurel in the town. Do you know who they might be?
The oldest family who worships Aria.
Anybody with a great grandmother or grandfather.
She pauses for a second. She thinks about the different families, and she's like, "There's the Smiths. There is the
Joneses.
Yeah.
The Van Flugendorfens.
Why are you not working random character generator?"
It's got to be the Van Flugendorfens.
Right.
Flanders.
Flanders. Damn it, sexy Flanders. It's like I'm wearing nothing at all.
All right. There we go. And we'll go with. She goes, the oldest family in town are probably the Sotis. They've been here. The rumor is that one of their ancestors was one of the first people who started Tourmaline, founded the gem mine long, long ago.
I'd love to ask them a question. Would you be able to tell me where they live?
She says the Sotis. They're down near the town hall. And she kind of like, if you pull out
Get an idea.
Yeah, she gives you an idea. It's kind of down near here.
I'll do that. Well, I can take care of this like next time we play.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, she says the Sotis would be probably the oldest family here in Tourmaline.
I appreciate it. I intend to not be insulting again with them. Ask them some more questions about your faith.
I'm sure they'd be more than happy to talk to you about Aria Lynn. The respect that they have for the Frost Maiden.
Well, thank
Should
you.
Should we swing by and grab some breakfast on the way up? I think we're heading out of town to the north, right?
Only
We need
wood.
to talk to the mayor town speaker again before we go, or are we kind of done?
Yeah, well, I mean, we probably should, but
Yeah.
beep beep. We'll be back in a couple hours.
Yeah, it's a day trip out there, right?
Do we need to stock up in any way? And is Hertog not helping us get to the next town? He's going back.
He's to the town after the next town. Yeah, I don't think he's helping us get there. So Yeah, we
Well,
we can.
Wood was where we were gonna tell him about the scrimshaw and load him up on all that. But
Yeah, if you want to talk to
either
him,
way,
go
I don't
ahead.
really care.
I thought that was your baby.
Sure. Hartog, so we're heading to Lonelywood. Are you still interested in that scrimshaw deal?
Be more than happy to make a little bit, a few extra gold coins on the way back.
You wanna help guide us, over to Lonelywood? And then you can kind of make your way from there once we set up that deal for you.
Sure, I think we can make our way up to Lonelywood. It's a relatively short jaunt up there.
Think we'll make it there and back again in a day, or should we plan to stay the night there?
So these days here are somewhat of a trivial thing, but depending on how much time you want to spend in Lonelywood, you could be back before nightfall if we head out soon.
All right, I asked the group that. Gonna day trip in Lonelywood. I hear they got great snow cones.
Well, as long as we don't find another random encounter like this one.
I mean, I guess the decision is: do we pack up all our stuff, or do we leave it?
It's not
I
that
say
we can't
take what
carry.
we need and just come back.
I suppose. I mean, it's not like we're not planning on carrying this shit around everywhere anyway. So
We got like tents and packs and extra rations and.
I guess I'd rather have it, in case we get. I don't know. It's not like we could get snowed in on our journey, but we could get snowed in on our journey.
Are there any beasts of burden available in this town? Like
That's a good idea.
Dog sleds, maybe?
or yeah. What did you say?
A dog sled?
Oh yeah, I said it the other way. They mean the
A
same.
sled dog.
Yeah, sled dog, dog sled.
We need both.
That's true.
Marta,
Yeah.
Marta says that there are sled dogs and dog sleds here in Tourmaline for people going further distances. Most people will either hire a team to take them along. Some of the larger towns have axe beaks as well, she says.
If what?
I'm
Axe
sorry. What
beaks.
is that?
She said, "Are you not familiar with axe beaks?"
No.
I am very clearly
I
not from
would be,
around
but-
here.
Is it a beast of burden somehow? That sounds well, dangerous.
Why?
Yeah.
It sounds bitey.
That's a good description.
She begins to describe this large. Why is that not showing?
If we would call mules like like dagger mouths, I mean, I wouldn't expect it to carry shit for me. So you can understand my confusion.
It's called mules, kicky horses.
Right. She says these large birds are tall and flightless, but very strong. They're
Chocobos.
basically the people here in 10 Towns tend to use them as for travel across the tundra, as it tends to not sink into the snow super easily.
I think I found a picture of one, and it looks pretty friggin' sweet.
Like a chocobo.
Yep. I'm failing on finding a picture that I can share.
I got it.
Wait.
Can I just paste the image?
Can I do
gotta
this?
paste the
No.
link. That sucks.
Oh, I'm gonna do it in random.
I'm gonna do it right here.
I'm gonna do it right here.
No?
No, it's a long link.
There we go.
Right
I
there.
got one. I got one. Yeah, you bastard. Where'd you
Right
find
there.
it?
Yeah, you bitch.
Yeah.
Chocobo.
Bastard. Yeah. That thing looks fucking great, and I love it, and I want
It's a
one.
chocobo.
I want one. You don't understand, sir. I said I want
Wait,
it.
it's got built-in snowshoes.
Yeah,
And these things are okay in the cold?
they're okay around people.
She says they're a little bit flighty. And she kind of chuckles at her own joke. Around people, and
Just a
can
little,
tend
though.
to can tend to be a little bit bitey. But they are strong and can carry as much weight as a mule.
What do they eat?
Let's rent ourselves some of those. I'm sure that the local husbandry will have all the deets for us. Is there a place we can rent them?
I think she said they're only in the bigger towns, right?
This is not one of the big towns.
I don't think
I have
it
no
is.
idea.
Tourmaline is on the bigger side of the towns, of like the 10 towns, but it's probably third or fourth largest behind, and I guess Monty, you would know this, behind Brinshander, Targos just to the south, and it's probably about this nearly the same size as probably East Haven.
Do you know of a stable here that may have one that they'd be willing to part with, not readily for renting or like on a whim, but if we come and dump money in their lap for a pack animal, is there one around we could get?
These things freak me out. I'm carrying my own stuff.
You're kind of a pack mule, aren't you?
No.
Wait, what did you just go?
Pack mule.
Okay.
Martha goes,
B heard me.
You might be able to find them on the pathway down to Targos, or on the way out of town, on the edge of town towards Targos, and she kind of gestures down towards the southern kind of road exit out of Tourmaline.
Great.
Like Jan?
Yep,
Like yawn.
like that area.
Well, that doesn't fucking go anywhere. Thanks a lot.
Not load.
Can I delete my message?
Your foolish message.
Foolish. Copy the link from a website.
Your website.
Your web.
There we
Your
go.
website.
Now I can share that.
There we go.
There you go.
That's an X-Peak.
That looks fucking bitchin'. Looks like a dodo bird with an attitude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it does. Like a winter dodo bird.
That thing's as tall as you are.
I fucking
It
want
is taller.
Yeah, probably taller. Yeah.
Yeah, they're large creatures, right? I fucking want it.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's called an axe beak, and that makes sense why it's called an axe beak.
It's a
anybody
tauntaun
here-
with a fucking razor on its face.
Yeah.
Does anyone here have any skill in like husbandry?
Well, like, if I were to call it-
handling.
I was gonna say, if I were to call it animal handling, I'd say I don't have any.
I have a +1 in animal handling.
-1 over here on both of us.
Kohi's the
I have a
Person to
+2,
go.
and I don't know how.
Probably
just-
just from sheer wisdom.
I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
Kohi handling animals.
Taking off
plenty.
all
I
of
forgot
us.
it was wisdom.
Yeah,
It
I like
used
the
to
little
be
horse.
in 3.5. It used to be charisma.
Yeah, but you're not really sweet talking an animal. It makes
I
it-
don't know. I might. Who's a good boy? Who's my little wax
Yeah, you
beak?
tell good boy to a wrong dog, I think it still bites you.
Who's got the sharpest beak in the shed?
I do. Across your neck.
You have to be the alpha. You have to be the pack leader. That's what you got to do. Then they respect you. Yeah.
All right. Are we gonna get an axe beak before or after we get back to town?
I mean, why leave things here? I mean, we may never come back here, or may not come back for a while. What if we need things?
Oh, I like things.
We
We
bought
have to come back here to get to the rest of the 10 towns.
You guys do recall
10 towns? This
Uh,
town?
if you guys remember, the town of Tourmaline is here on the north shores of Mary de Walden. And if you guys are going up to Lonelywood, the only way back to 10 towns is back through
Tournament.
Oh.
Tourmaline.
Okay, that makes sense. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to.
Let's just lock the
no.
doors to our rooms, grab most of
s-
our valuable shit. We'll get an axe beak on the way back when we head on out, and let's just make this a quick day jaunt.
Day jaunt. Let's do this. I'm still bringing my shit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I don't like the weather, and I'm paranoid at this
Yeah.
point.
We can leave our weather supplies here if you feel if anyone feels comfortable with it. I need to carry all of it. You're gonna carry your shit?
I'm fine with carrying what I was carrying.
She backpacks up and carries a mess of shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna bring
You
my
never
shit
know
with
when
me.
we're gonna get a quest to go dig
So-
a hole under the lake and kill something.
That's fair.
With 200 feet of rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, we only have like 20 feet left. But we did need all of that rope.
Ooh, Marta,
Yes, we
where
did.
can I buy
Did.
some more rope?
We need about
Yeah.
300 feet.
We can do the day trip part, and then we can stock up again before we head. Probably next where we're probably gonna head to either Targos or Bryn Shandir, right?
no.
So,
Targos is on the path. Brinchandir, we'd have to stray from the path.
never straight
So
from the path.
maybe Targos next. But yeah, let's head to Lonelywood.
I think we should go to Kier Koenig.
Koenig.
There you go.
What's the word?
Calvin's Cairn, is that what you said?
That's the end.
Does anybody know what the word Karen means? Or care. Sorry.
Isn't it just like a pile of stones under the earth that makes a mound that's
Cairn,
dedicated to
Cairn.
something?
What about the
With
other
the
one?
N.
Caer.
Care? Oh, isn't that probably Dwarven, I'm guessing? Those are probably Dwarven settlements, I would assume. Did I red light? Am I losing my mind?
No, you're
no.
good.
It is a place name for like stronghold or fortress.
Oh,
I'm betting those Dwarven spaces.
Good.
So
All right.
Also, they're not next to a lake; they're next to a loch.
Loch.
That's usually a good sign, because dwarves are Scottish for no reason.
It just kind of feels right.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. They be heavy drinking, braid bearded, having.
you guys,
You head out to Lonelywood.
you guys are heading out to Lonelywood.
Let's do it.
Okay. You guys head up the road. I need you guys to roll me some weather dice for the day.
Ooh. How do
Who's
we
doing
do
it?
Rob, you are rolling for me today.
D20, D100. What's
Roll
your
me 3d20.
3D20? Okay.
good.
1. Dose. Trace.
You guys step outside of the east side this morning. It is bitterly cold outside.
Fuck me, this is bad.
The wind is very light, if any wind at all is blowing. And luckily you look about and it's sunny. And there's no snowfall currently falling from the sky. But the wind bites into you. And while it is a short jaunt up to Lonelywood, you think that it is going to pull a lot out of you. But you guys nonetheless head out along the path north out of Tourmaline towards Lonelywood. Oh, I'm still on the Tourmaline map. So you guys head out on the path towards Lonelywood.
Make sure you have rested.
Yeah, make sure you guys have rested. And I need everyone to roll me, except for Turan, Constitution saving throw, or a Constitution check for me.
Does anybody gain any benefit by wearing winter clothing?
We're all wearing winter clothing, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, I suppose
You
so.
don't
Yeah.
die immediately.
Is
You have to
Is it a
click
saving throw or just a full
Con
check?
check.
Just a check.
Yeah, let me see if I can figure out how this works.
Oh, I
You
mean,
click the top by your
There you go.
constitution button.
Got it.
it's not a saving throw. It is a check.
Not a saving throw, just a check.
Okay. So you roll a 6.
But is it a check?
I think it's a check though. I'm pretty sure.
All right. You guys, it's a relatively short walk up to Lonely Wood, and you guys, this cold is definitely something that is, this level of cold is new to most of you, and it's sapping the strength out of you as you guys kind of make your way along the path up to Lonely Wood. Dalphos, Nicola, and Monty all suffer one level of exhaustion.
Woof.
I was trying to figure out how to learn or how to make that check.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to.
I put on so many layers.
So that
It's the only reason.
Not seeing me.
Okay.
So,
What was the save check? 10? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
it
You didn't
was
give it, but presumably.
presumably it was less than 11. So,
Did I
Um,
technically do then?
Yeah, because you rolled a save and not a check. You have to roll a 6.
oh, she rolled a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, then yes, Alice is
Feel weird.
as well exhausted.
How do
One
I give
level
myself exhaustion in D&D?
It's under conditions.
Yeah, add active conditions, and then you click exhaustion near the bottom there.
Ah.
Okay.
Let's just go up to Lonelywood. It'll be a day trip. It's only gonna take an hour.
Since that's what you were saying, I brought all my shit with me. Now I don't feel cold.
I brought everything too, and I'm still tired.
Well,
I'm used to
doing
this and
okay?
I'm cold.
I don't feel great.
Wow.
I want to sit down.
Does anybody? Nobody else has any kind of
cold anything?
any cold anything.
I don't know if
No,
we
it's
just
just
stole
you.
that ring from that poor orphan girl that runs the inn.
That was a choice you could have made.
I did not make that choice. I didn't want to be the one to make that choice.
Wait, but don't you have that ring? Does that ring not have resistance to cold?
Which ring?
Monty?
The water one?
Yeah. I feel like a
Nope.
water ring would have resistance to
I
cold.
think so. I'll double check it. I don't think it's on there though.
What that ring do though?
How's that Psy Stone?
Oh yeah, aren't you attuned to that? What is that doing to you?
What the Psy Stone?
Yeah.
I
Throwing
did
tentacles
attune
on
to
his
it.
face?
Yeah, I'm probably glowing purple a little bit. So I probably
Oof.
look a little bit like
Added on attack rolls and small rolls.
And what is your intelligence score, Monty?
13.
13.
So,
Yeah, I mean, like as you pull out this eye crystal, I mean, like there's a bright light that's extending out from the crystal that extends out in a 10-foot radius, and dim for an additional 10 feet beyond that. So,
it's only 10 and 10, huh?
Yep.
But you have 60-foot
Telepathy.
psi radius. Yeah.
he responds back to you in your head, 60 feet, yes.
Yes,
Ah.
60 feet.
That's neat.
Is that only a point to point, or can I do it to everybody?
I think it's only
Really?
point to point.
It's a point to point.
Yeah.
Well, I do it with like a half a second in between it, so it seems like I did it to everybody at the same time.
But it's like a not a radio communication. It's like a full on.
Is
Back
it?
and forth?
You initiate it and then you can have full conversations, I think. But,
Oh,
but the
nice.
person can't. The other person can't initiate the conversation.
Is
If
there
you-
like a
you
check? Is it a
don't-
willing creature? Can I do this to like mobs we're fighting with?
I think you can do it to mobs. It didn't say anything about.
Yeah. I'm
That's
looking-
what makes the Psy Crystal or telepathy so good is you can actually talk out mobs in in tones that they understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within
So.
60 feet. All right, so
Might copy this
we
thing
make
now.
it to.
You guys make it up there, but it is an arduous trek. You guys are greeted in Lonelywood by a small town, kind of nestled in between all of the trees that give Lonelywood its name. And it looks a little bit like this.
Oh, I like it here better.
Yeah, this is super cute.
Oh,
So,
I bet you it's better against the wind unless it's coming off the lake.
and so
Which
you guys
it
are
probably
kind
is all
of
the time.
entering in along this road here. And that's what we're going to pick up next time. Is you guys
Oh.
entering into Lonelywood with
Cool.
half of the party with 1 level of exhaustion.
I cannot
Yeah.
believe that I didn't get exhaustion.
So
I'll trade you.
All right.
No, thank you. Exhaustion is fucking brutal.
Gonna take a nap.
Yeah, we have
Yep.
to take a long
It's
rest.
like a
here.
long rest, yeah, to get
I
rid
know.
of it. Yeah, exhaustion's fucking brutal.
It does feel bad that that's a check and not a save, though.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
yeah. So
Cool.
yeah.
Game. Sorry
Yeah.
you had to like preload a whole bunch of shit for some extended period of time. That sounds rough.
That's annoying.
Yeah. They aren't sure what's going on. I mean, like there's
So do you have like a ticket open with them, or is this just like a known issue?
I do have a ticket open with them. They're looking into it, but it's because it's happening on with other people as well.
Oh,
That they aren't sure what's going on. So
Well, hopefully then
wonder if they could
resolve
give
it
you
quicker
a-
then.
A complimentary account with just this adventure in it, maybe, and see if it does the same thing.
the person that I was working with last week, like he's running Rhyme and not having any of the issues that I'm having. And he logged into a different because I have like a test account. I'm gonna stop recording.